Welcome. You are here to celebrate your true love, which is what you make it. Repeat after me in these words of affirmation. My spouse is my soulmate, and I choose him or her for a reason, and he or she loves me unconditionally. I love my spouse unconditionally without expectation of reward. I am a spiritual being of love and light. And that means that it is easy for me to give 100% as love flows through me from my infinite source, whoever this may be for me, God, my higher self, Jesus, etc. And I am never depleted. The more love I give, the more love I receive from all my sources. I am never depleted. When I am tempted to argue with my spouse, I feel a warm sense of serenity wash over me, and I feel peace, loved, and filled up from God and from within. I do not need to be right, and often I will say things like, "Whatever you think," and "I trust your judgment," or "I hear you and I see what you are saying." Often my spouse makes emotional calls to me, and those are things like asking for help, asking for my opinion, reaching out for a hug, crying, or looking hurt. Whenever he or she does this, I always respond warmly with openness, and I let go of judgment. I feel no need to correct my spouse or point out what he or she is doing wrong. I always choose kindness, even if my spouse appears to be choosing judgment or criticism. I never need or wait for him or her to be kind first. I always choose love and compassion. I am always filled with inner peace from my source, and because of this, I have no fear that I need to be right, angry, defensive, or controlling. I allow my spouse to be right. I allow the love to flow from God to me and to them, and back from them to me, infinitely, without judgment. I show love to myself by doing things for myself every day, and this is my self-care. These things are frivolous fun and fill me up with confidence and happiness, so that I am always ready to love unconditionally, even if it appears that my spouse wants to argue or be angry. When my spouse wants to talk about something that is bothering him or her, I listen empathetically, without judgment, without giving advice, or without condemnation, even if the issue is about me. I do not take on the criticism and allow it to damage my inner peace, but instead I pray for inner peace and breathe through the conversation without judgment of myself or my soulmate. I say, "So you're saying that," and repeat what he or she has said without being sarcastic or rude. "So you feel," I hear you saying, if I understand correctly, are statements that I use. But I never get defensive, want to walk away or stop talking, become rude or critical. I simply take deep breaths as I hear him or her speak and say, "I hear you saying," and then repeat what they have said. This is called validation, and it is key to my close synergistic relationship. I actively love my spouse every day with touches, words of affirmation, quality time, listening attentively, and actively seeking to not judge my spouse, my friends, my children, and even strangers. I have no limit to how compassionate I am, because I am filled with infinite, divine love from my source. If I make a mistake, I immediately apologize and do something kind in place of my mistake. I do not judge myself or condemn my spouse. I simply love. I am constantly focused on the things that I love about my spouse because he or she is my best friend, my soulmate, and my eternal companion. The more that I point out the good things about my soulmate, the more he or she becomes more of those things. For this reason, I never need to point out the negative things about my soulmate. Pointing out the negative things will not bring more positive things. I only focus on the good things about myself as well. When I focus on these positive qualities, I bring more of these positive qualities out in myself. It is easy for me to forgive myself and others. I let all negativity go as soon as it comes into my mind, as I breathe love in and breathe darkness out. I am infinitely a conduit for light and love from God. Wherever I go, whatever I do, I spread light and love. Me and my soulmate have a great work to do on this earth together. I would never allow anything to get in the way of that mission. My future children are waiting to be born to loving parents, and my current children need me to love unconditionally so that I never allow my darkness, criticism, contempt, anger, sadness, or depression to prevent me from fulfilling my mission and being a conduit for light and love with my soulmate. Me and my soulmate are becoming one every day, with God as our binding force. I never stop believing this, no matter how hard my day may be. I let go of the notion that I can find someone who is better than the one that I have already found. The person I am with is my soulmate because I bring out the best in them and they bring out the best in me. This is a choice I make.